This is a super single tire that goes on a semi-truck. These are cables that you put on a super single on a semi-truck. These are parts of these cables that go onto a super single, which goes onto a semi-truck. Anyway, so we will see what all these do later. Now, this is a stop motion that I did where I destroyed my back because I had to take a picture every single time. Every single time you see one of those move, there's a lot of bending down, so it kind of sucked. This is basically to give you a visual of what it looks like, how you should wrap your head around when you're putting these on. Now, this is not the only way you can do this. This is just one way that you can put it on. Up here is the head cam, and down here is multiple different views. But anyway, so this is kind of how I do it. I kind of like swing it across. Now, if it is icy and snowy, whatever, it actually is much easier for me. All right, because you get to be on your knees and you can just slide around on your knees instead of on top of this hard concrete over here. But anyway, so let's go ahead and wrap it around. This is the fastest way to do it, but it takes a lot harder to understand it. All right, so this is the way that I would do it always. But you don't always have to do it this way. Now, as you can see, it was pretty simple. Once again, it's all about wrapping your head around it. This is the way that I suggest you doing it on the very first time if your company provides these cables for you. Make sure that you have these little red hooks here. Make sure they're on the outside and they're on the outside of the tire, and that the hook itself isn't pointing towards, because we have to put rubber bands on the edge of it, and you can't really put the rubber bands if you. Now, it seems like it is a lot easier. It definitely less brain power, but I would recommend making sure that it is nice and center. If it's nice and center, you won't be able to put it on without moving. So anyway, now I like to get my fifth wheel pull here and kind of drag it over as much as I possibly can. Now, it is icy and snowy, and hopefully it's not wet. And you can go ahead and get yourself down. Get down on your knees. Now, I tried to do it one-handed right there. I didn't really succeed, so I used two hands. Yeah. So it is centered. All right. I made sure of that. Now I'm going to go ahead and shake it around the place. If it's not centered, you will not be able to hook it up here. All right, simple as that. And try hook it up into the tightest one you can. Now we get this little tool, and see those two little rubber bands over there? Now we're going to wrap them around. We're going to put them on with as much as we can without using the tool. So I think I got 4 on there. Okay, now this is how you use the tool. I recommend looking down here. Might be a little bit easier, but see how you always go in and out, and then kind of flip it around. There we go. Now we get the other rubber band because two do come with a set. So yeah, hopefully you learn something. I prefer using chains myself, but anyway, I will show you a chaining video in a later episode. Bye bye.